Welcome to the Kiss Lifestyle Kitchen. I'm Barbara Lorraine and I make knock your socks off delicious dishes that fill you up, not out, that feed your body and fuel your spirit. Today we're making chicken gravy. Yes, you don't have to live without gravy just to eat healthier. No way. You just have to have it the right way. Now it happens this gravy is based on a dish that I made earlier, which was chicken rosemary with vegetables in a slow cooker. But this chicken gravy recipe will go for any dish that you make. We begin with our pan heated to medium-high. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Yes, we're going to start with butter because sometimes a recipe really wants to have it. My idea is to get a good return on the investment in calories involved in the ingredients that you use. Calories, fat, anything that you might question, it's got to give you a good return on the investment in the calories. And this is one of the dishes where butter lends a lot. I'm using here unsalted butter. Next I'm adding garlic. I've used 4 cloves here. If you prefer, you could use less, you could use more. I'm using onions from the rosemary chicken recipe. They're already cooked, so I'm not going to add them in yet. But if you were starting from scratch, you would want to have about a half a cup of onions chopped and ready to go into the pan at this time. Mushrooms. You can use any kind of mushrooms or don't use the mushrooms at all. I'm making this a mushroom gravy. Now I'm adding in about 2 tablespoons of flour. And yes, I'm using whole wheat flour. Now I'm adding in the onions, which remember, mine are already cooked. As I said, if you're starting from scratch, you would have already added in the onions earlier when you put in the garlic and the mushrooms. I'm going to add some of the chicken broth. And a little bit more, so that the flour can start working. See, first it combined with the butter. Now we're adding the chicken broth a little bit at a time and stirring it. We want no lumpy gravy. And in the meantime, the mushrooms are softening. Some salt, some pepper to taste, and let that reduce down and thicken further. Looking pretty good. Depending on how thick you want your gravy, you can cook it longer at this point, or you can have it be however you want. I'm going to add now some Marsala wine for flavor. You could use just a tablespoon. You could use soy sauce just for a little more flavor. And you know what? I'm going to taste it here. That's good. I'm going to add just a little bit more. because I'm making 2 cups of gravy here. So it's then 2 tablespoons of marsala. If you wanted the gravy to be thicker quicker, you could also have added more flour earlier on. Look at this gravy is bubbling, simmering, and what do you think this kitchen smells like? It's the wine, the garlic, the rosemary. Now, if you were starting this recipe from scratch without having the rosemary infused in the chicken broth already, I would suggest adding some thyme would be a great spice. Okay, that's about the thickness that I'm going for. So now I'm going to slowly add in a 1/4 cup. What I'm using is non-fat soy milk. You could actually use non-fat half and half if you wanted to add a richer texture to your gravy. This is really boiling like crazy now. It's as thick as I want it to be, so we're going to turn it off and carefully pour it into our gravy boat. Oh, and we've got more left over for another day. This would be great on an additional dish. And here you have gravy full of love, very little fat, very few calories actually, from the Kiss Lifestyle Kitchen. You hold on a second, keep watching, and I'll show you this gravy on top of the rosemary chicken and vegetables from the slow cooker. Here we have rosemary chicken with vegetables and gravy. Now that's how to eat healthy and happy. Till next time, this is Barbara Lorraine saying, keep it healthy, keep it happy, keep it simple, sweetie, and you too can kiss the pounds goodbye.